Approaching 6:50 here this Thursday in our top stories in our Smart Start. The sentencing is coming in a few hours for a young man found guilty of stabbing a teen in Greece on an RTS bus. Police say 18-year-old Nazir Yazen Ali was on the bus traveling on Long Pond Road October 30th when there was a fight between two riders, resulting in a 15-year-old being stabbed with a knife. The victim was hospitalized for serious injuries and has since made a recovery. Ali was convicted in May for assault. His sentencing is at 9:30. After about a month of heated discussion and a lot of public outcry, the Board of Commissioners for the Fishers Fire District decided to postpone the vote to dissolve the fire department. It was a packed public meeting last night. More than 100 showed up, making one thing clear. They say you cannot put a price on lives. Earlier this summer, the board moved on a proposal to advance it to dissolve the department, and that area covers about 2/3 of the town of Victor. The officials in favor of this cite concerns with future operational costs for the firefighters and the department. A majority of those pleading their case to the board shared worries of increased response times without the department and fewer resources available for the worst case scenario if this plan becomes a reality.
The services of the first responders who put their lives on the line for us shouldn't be the first on the chopping block.
I think the plan for dissolving is, quite frankly, despicable and borderline negligent.
I don't think you were ever really out to try and save district money, maybe just yourselves.
A select few in support of the board's proposal say this is the best interest of taxpayers.
And I believe they know what they're doing with saying the future costs are going to work, and they're trying to take on that problem now rather than later.
That meeting lasted nearly 3 hours. A date for a final vote on a dissolution has not been announced. Those calling for DA Sandra Dorley to resign say she needs to go ahead and do it today. During the investigation into her traffic ticket controversy, she told a state panel that it's time for her to go and to get a new DA, but no timetable just yet. Aron Spitzer joins us here in studio with more. Aron.
Yeah, Brennan, Michael Johnson of Save Rochester and other groups protested outside Dorley's office last spring. He says they collected thousands of signatures calling for Dorley to step down after seeing this body cam footage. On April 22nd of last year, Dorley berated a Webster police officer after refusing to pull over for speeding. This week, the New York Commission on Prosecutorial Conduct released the results of its investigation and recommended a public censure in light of the fact that Dorley said she would be vacating her position as district attorney, which doesn't expire until 2027. She told the panel that she wants to ride off into the sunset and that she and her husband had sold their Webster home and bought a new home in South Carolina. However, she did not immediately indicate when she would step down. Instead, she says she looks forward to serving the people of Monroe County.
Yes, justice was served, but it was served very slowly and at a snail's pace. And, in the future, we'd like to see this type of accountability be served in a much more appropriate time frame.
Under the state constitution, the timing of Dorley's resignation will determine whether voters decide on her permanent replacement at the upcoming general election in November, or if an interim is appointed to fill the spot until next year's election. Brennan?
Aron, thank you. The Legacy at Grand V, a Watermark retirement community, is closing its doors later this year. Representatives say shutting down the facility in Penfield is needed because of financial woes and a need for a significant investment in the property. People there will get an official 30-day notice while relocations are ongoing. Although the circumstances are different case to case, this is the 5th home closure of its kind in our area just in a few months.
Certainly, as we look at federal budget cuts that will come down in the next couple of years, and as Medicaid is squeezed even more, I fear we'll have even more closures. So I think we have to look at this as a community, make sure there's enough capacity to serve people in need.
The anticipated closing date there for that site is September 30th. Sunrise traffic updates here at 6:53. Still have the one issue with first responders on scene. 104 in Webster at the interchange with 5 Mile Line Road. Elsewhere on the west side, looking okay on 490 and over downtown from our Greater Rock Sky Eye. We'll have that forecast in just a bit. I want to keep talking about traffic and what's happening on roads. It's been more than 3 months since the work started on 490 crossing the canal in Bushnell's Basin, but there's still frustration for drivers. Some say the traffic there is worse than ever, and many point the finger at one big problem: not everyone knowing how to merge the right way. They're using that zipper merge system, is what it's called. It's supposed to keep traffic moving smoothly by allowing drivers to use both lanes all the way to the merge point. There are signs posted saying merge here, take turns. The DOT says this is supposed to reduce congestion and the overall length of traffic backups on the expressway. And here's one woman who works right in this area saying what she's done to adjust.
Since the zipper merge has come into play and gone down to one lane, it's definitely increased that time so significantly. In fact, I had to shift my work hours in order to even make it to work in time. As it was promoted and publicized about the change to 490, we all started looking at alternative routes to get to work. And those backup roads for me would lead me through 250 through Fairport, which is now also shut down for construction. So it's leading you into further back roads and adding even more time to that commute.
The DOT says it plans to start work on the westbound lanes next year. The whole project is scheduled to be completed by the fall of 2027. When they first got going on that work, I told my wife, their full disclosure stuff. I was like, she's like, how long is this going to take? I was like, about 2 years.
Right.
We'll get there.
I'm curious as to if they're going to finish the eastbound lanes, let it all open for the winter, and then shut it down again to do the west side.
The winter question, but again, it's the bridges. Like, there's not. I guess they've done a lot of work and put some up and replacing it.
It looks like they're going to be done with the road within a few months.
I know.
At least on the eastbound lane. So they're hustling.
How about that? A project not just on time, but moving full steam ahead.
Yes, exactly, which is always nice to see. My kid loves seeing it out there. So, hey, we'll talk about it more at Second Cup of Sunrise.
Yep, that'll be coming your way. 9 a.m. CBS Mornings on the way next.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather.